Before you even open the door, before the handle even turns, I already know who's standing on the other side. Not because I heard their car, not because I recognized their footsteps. No, because something in the air changed, shifted, just slightly, and my whole body responded before my mind could catch up. You've seen it, the way I run to one person, but walk slowly toward another. The way I melt into certain arms, like I've finally come home, and stiffen in others, like I'm trying to disappear without making a sound. You've probably wondered why. Maybe you thought it was mood. Maybe you thought it was training. Maybe you even thought it was your fault. But it isn't. It isn't any of those things. What's happening goes deeper than behavior, much deeper, all the way down to what I'm reading, that you can't even see. There's a person who visits sometimes. They smile. They speak kindly. They bring gifts. On the surface, everything looks fine. But the moment they walk in, something inside me tightens. Quietly, instantly. I don't sit near them. I don't rest when they're in the room. I stay close to the wall. I watch the door. And sometimes, you look at me like I'm being strange. Like I'm embarrassing you. But I'm not being difficult. I'm being honest. And then, there's someone else. Maybe they don't talk much. Maybe they barely look at me when they arrive. But something about them makes every muscle in me soften. I exhale when they sit down. A deep exhale. The kind you release when you've finally stopped bracing for something. I lay my head on their feet without being invited. I sleep deeply when they're near. Deeply. Peacefully. I don't know how to explain it to you in words. But my nervous system already made the decision, long before you noticed I'd moved. This is the part that confuses most people. They think I'm reacting to what a person does, but I'm not. I'm reacting to what a person is, in this moment, inside their body, inside their breathing, inside the invisible tension they carry through the door with them. Here's what's happening beneath all of it. My nervous system is a sensing instrument, not a guessing tool, not some mystical instinct people talk about without understanding. No, it's biological, moment by moment, constantly reading the world around me. Humans have about 5 million scent receptors. I have closer to 300 million. But this isn't just about smell, it's chemistry. When a person is anxious, their body releases cortisol. When they're suppressing anger, their sweat changes. When they're genuinely calm, their breathing slows. Their heart rate drops. Their muscles let go. And I detect all of it. Not symbolically, literally. There's something scientists call neuroception. It's the process where a nervous system scans the environment for safety or danger, completely below conscious awareness. Humans have this too, but in me, it's faster, sharper, more sensitive, and almost impossible to override. Before you've said a single word, before you've done anything at all, my nervous system has already scanned yours, completely, and it sends the report directly to my body. Safe, rest, or alert, watch. Do not fully relax. This is why you can't always talk me out of how I feel about someone. You can tell me they're good. You can ask them to kneel down, hold out their hand, speak softly. But if their internal state is telling a different story, that's the story I'm reading, not the performance, the truth underneath it. And there's something else, too. Memory. I carry emotional memory in ways that don't need words. I don't always remember why someone made me uneasy the first time. I just remember the feeling. And later, when I sense something similar in someone new, That old feeling wakes up again, immediately, not as a thought, as a sensation, as something that moves through my chest before I've even taken a step back. Researchers call this associative emotional conditioning. My brain links emotional states to sensory cues, and once that link is formed, it doesn't ask permission before activating. But here's the beautiful part. People can change, and I notice that too. Someone who once made me tense, someone who has done real, quiet, inner work, someone whose nervous system has genuinely softened. I'll soften toward them too, not because I decided to forgive them, but because they're finally broadcasting something different. And I trust what I sense, far more than what I'm shown. So let me leave you with something simple. 3 layers. The first layer is surface. Words. Action. Expression. This is what most humans read in each other. And honestly, it's the layer I rely on the least. The second layer is body state. Heart rate. Breathing rhythm. Muscle tension. Hormonal output. This is where most of my attention lives. Because you can fake the first layer pretty easily. But the second one, the body, that's much harder to fake. And the third layer is history. What my nervous system has learned to associate with certain kinds of presence. This one changes slowly, very slowly, but it can change with enough, consistent, honest, calm from a person. Old patterns can finally loosen. Now tie those 3 layers together. When you see me act differently around someone, I'm not being difficult. I'm being precise. I'm giving you a live reading of all 3 layers at once. Surface, body state, history. And the result isn't judgment. It's feeling. Translated into where I choose to sit, who I walk toward, where I finally allow my body to rest. And I need you to hear this part carefully. When I stay close to you, when I follow you from room to room, when I settle beside you without being called, that's not neediness. No, that's the deepest answer I know how to give. You feel safe to me. Not safe like nothing bad will ever happen. Safe like I don't have to hold my breath around you anymore. Safe like my body finally stops scanning, stops preparing, stops waiting, and simply exists. Do you understand how rare that is? I can't fake that. I don't give that to everyone. And the people I'm cautious around, I'm not punishing them. I'm protecting something quiet inside myself. Something fragile, something hard-earned. And I guard it the only way I know how, by staying just far enough away to keep it whole. I know this can be confusing. I know it would be easier if I greeted everyone the same way, if I loved everyone equally loudly, if I made no distinctions at all. But if I stopped feeling the difference, I wouldn't be myself anymore. What I'm doing when I move differently around certain people is the most honest thing I'm capable of. No filters, no pretending, no performance, just my nervous system, speaking clearly, in the only language I have. You don't have to understand every signal I send. You don't have to decode every choice I make. But I hope, after this, you'll watch me a little differently. Not as a dog who's moody, not as a dog who needs correction, but as one who is quietly, constantly, faithfully reading what's real. Because in a world where so much is performed, where so much is spoken that doesn't match what's truly felt, maybe the most valuable thing I offer you isn't loyalty, isn't company, isn't even love. It's this: I will always tell you the truth, not with words, but with where I choose to rest my body and who I choose to rest it near. That's all I have to say. Watch me. Really watch me. I'll show you everything.